The Young and the Restless spoilers Friday, December 6. Victor's mind games, Diane's plan derailed, Summer baffles Kyle, Jordan flips on Tyrannus Ian and saves Sharon, Road to Redemption storyline coming, Nick interrogates shady pharmacist, Ian and Jordan's partner in crime exposed. Greetings to all Young and the Restless fans. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, December 6, reveal that Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott will move forward with their plan to get in Victor Newman's face and bewail over their recent successes. Jack and Diane managed to get Kyle Abbott out of Victor's clutches, which led to him returning to Jabot and agreeing to make peace. On top of all that, Jack snared up the cheap Glissade divisions without Victor's knowledge, and now he's giving Glissade to Diane so she can run it as her new design. Diane and Jack are punctured pink over how effects turned out, so they'll take great pleasure in pressing all their good news. Still, Victor will play mind games and use some intimidation tactics, especially when it comes to Diane. Maybe Victor will miss out that Diane has truly repaired the damage with Kyle. Victor might argue that deep down, Kyle is always going to begrudge Diane for abandoning him and faking her demise when he was a child. As for Glissade, Victor might act like he knew what Jack was doing all along, or that he's just glad to be relieved of an empty company. Whatever the case, Victor wouldn't want Jack and Diane allowing they've gotten under his skin in any way. In other words, Diane and Jack's plan to push Victor's buttons will get derailed. Victor will spin effects around and try to make Diane mistrustfulness herself rather, so he may make a vaticination about her blowing it with Kyle and folding Glissade too. At some point on Friday's Young and the Restless occasion, Nikki Newman will get involved in the rearmost round of drama, so that'll lead to Jack's motives being questioned. Although Nikki would prefer an armistice between Jack and Victor, she may sweat Jack's moves are only going to keep their feud in play. Over with Summer Newman, she'll shoot some confusing signals. Kyle wouldn't know for sure what Summer's true studies are grounded on her baffling guest. Perhaps Kyle will be puzzled over whether Summer's jealous or not now that he's strengthening his connection to Claire Newman. Summer sounded uncomfortable ahead, but she might carry out an unbothered facade coming time around. Maybe Summer could indeed act probative when it comes to the idea of Kyle and Claire courting. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kyle will struggle to make sense of Summer's conduct, so we'll bring you updates on his sweats to figure it all out. The Young and the Restless spoilers Jordan flips on Tyrannus Ian and saves Sharon. Road to Redemption storyline coming. The Young and the Restless spoilers note that Ian Ward and Jordan make quite the platoon. Still, like any alliance in the land of detergents, their cooperation will run its course, and someone is bound to turn on the other. The intriguing thing about the Jordan character is that as vile as she is, suckers always get agitated when she pops back on the oil. From her Pierce box of funny and creative disguises to her one-liners and over-dramatic responses, she's amusing to watch and always brings on the drama. The only downside to Jordan is her exits and returns. How numerous times can one person escape jail and death? As the Young and the Restless jotting platoon continues to think of intriguing ways Jordan can get down with effects, they must be running out of ideas. As Young and the Restless observers do love Jordan, is there a way to keep her around? She'd have to stop abducting little children and spooking the Newman family to do so, but a Road to Redemption plot can be done. Indeed for Jordan. After all, if Michael Baldwin and Kevin Fisher can walk around as icons in the little city, why not Jordan? Not to mention Claire Newman, who's now known as one of the sweetest characters on the show. One thing that could help is if Jordan flips on Ian. That's not unthinkable at this point, since Ian's scheme to ruin Sharon Newman was done first. And Jordan is itching at the bits for them to go through with plans she has for the Newman family. She could veritably well get sick of doing all the work, being bossed around, and risking her freedom again and again to score intel for Ian. Plus, if she turns on Ian and saves the day for Sharon by coming forward and telling the verity, she could land in everyone's good graces, especially Nick Newman's. Sharon would clearly give Jordan some grace for her part in Heather Stevens' murder and frame job. What if Sharon sees buried trauma in Jordan's eyes and decides to help the woman after the fact? By saving the day, Jordan would probably get her captivity term dropped, and Sharon may endorse that the villainess goes to a internal health treatment center rather than back to jail. Perhaps all Jordan needs is some meds to help her suppose straight, which Sharon can relate to. Of course, this might also mean that she could still be on oil and ultimately, when she's released, start a new life in the little city. The Young and the Restless spoilers note that the cleaners' jotting platoon must be pondering an endgame for Jordan, and thanks to her fashionability, a road to redemption plot would be a perfect way to keep her on oil, as well as her amusing capers. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Nick interrogates shady pharmacist, Ian and Jordan's partner in crime exposed. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Nick Newman is on a charge to uncover the verity behind Sharon Newman's muddled-up meds. Nick has to believe there was commodity seriously wrong, since Sharon wouldn't have entwined that far out of control for no reason. That's why Nick induced Chance Chancellor to have what's left wing of Sharon's old lozenge store tested. Sharon is doing well on a new lozenge, but Nick suspects the former batch and bottle might contain some hints about Sharon's internal break. There was formerly some talk about this potentially being a drugstore issue, so perhaps Ian Ward and Jordan roped a shady druggist into helping them. Whether this druggist is being bought, hovered, or both, he or she could be a third mate in crime. Maybe the druggist arranged for Sharon to get a veritably different medicine that would beget her to hallucinate and spin out the way she did. Still, it's only a matter of time until this druggist lands on the hot seat. If that's the case, Nick himself may follow the trail and put this person through a violent interrogation at some point. Of course, Chance Chancellor could also go after the druggist and cuff him on behalf of the GCPD. Anyhow, this is particular for Nick, since he doesn't want to see the mama of his children locked up for commodity that wasn't her fault. Young and the Restless spoilers say Nick isn't going to back off when it comes to unraveling the rest of the story and trying to save Sharon from captivity. You can go Nick's going to stay involved and may score some vital suggestions along the way. Once this crooked druggist conceivably gets exposed, Nick may be suitable to follow the trail to Jordan and Ian. It all depends on what the druggist might admit once his or her reverse is over against the wall, so we'll bring you more prognostications on the disquisition. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Nick will continue to step up for Sharon, so stay tuned for updates on all the stunning news ahead. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.